Welcome to MLSE All Access, a channel that provides in-depth and behind-the-scenes access into some of the projects and initiatives that we at Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment are working on. I am Matthew Tom, and first and foremost, we at MLSE hope you all are staying safe and healthy during this really difficult time. I know it's difficult, but do your best to stay safe, stay positive, stay strong, lean on each other where you can, and we'll all get through this. With that being said, let's get into the video. So this summer marks the 1-year anniversary that the Toronto Raptors won the NBA Championship. Can you believe it? It's already been 1 year. 1 year since this happened. Now, along with winning the NBA Championship, comes with the creation of some really cool Championship Raptors gear. And one of the really cool projects that came out of the Raptors winning the championship were these. The Toronto Raptors, in partnership with Adidas, designed an exclusive, very limited edition pair of Raptors Championship Adidas Boosts. And today, we are going to be sitting down with Ben Lam, a designer at MLSE who was involved in the design process of this shoe. Ben is going to take us through what the design process entailed of, what some of these subtle details mean, and the reasoning for incorporating some of the design elements that you see here on the shoe. Without further ado, let's give Ben a call now and get this started.
Yo!
Ben, what's up?
What's on, man?
How are you?
Not too bad, you?
Good. Before we get into it, can you just give everyone a brief intro of who you are and what you do?
No, I appreciate you having me, man. Yeah, so I'm Ben Lam. I'm a graphic designer working for the creative studio, and specifically myself, like I create digital and social content for web, for app, for all the social media channels. We cover quite a bit. But I mean, we got a great team, tons of resources there. So it's a fun time. Yeah, part of the MLSE family for about 2 years now. So time's been fine, but it's been fun.
We'll head into the shoe. What was your initial reaction when you found out that you'll be working on something like this?
It was a crazy time, like, and you know, because anybody that worked at MLSE last year, just that journey, that whole ride, that roller coaster of a postseason. I think everybody was just on a high after the championship, and then the opportunity came. Why don't we kickstart? Why don't we do something cool to commemorate the championship season? And then the opportunity of to doing a collab for the World Champ shoe came in place, and then when they brought the idea up, I was all for it, man. Like,
were there a variety of different models that you guys were considering, or was this the one that you knew from the start that you'd be working on?
This was the one we knew from the start. Actually, no, I lied. There were two models that we were initially exploring. Working with Adidas, we had to go through their speed factory manufacturing process, just because of the quick turnaround and the number of units that we ultimately wanted to produce. So with that, there were certain limitations that we kind of had to work around. One of them was a silhouette. So we actually ended up going with the AM4 Tokyo silhouette. The other one we were exploring was, I believe, the AM4 LA silhouette. So we went with this one. As you can see, just super comfortable. It's got the canvas top. It's got the boost bottom at the boost sole at the bottom here. And there's just a number of different areas that we knew we can customize. We knew that we wanted to get kind of our imprints, our DNA on this as much as possible. So we wanted to find a silhouette that would work within the manufacturing kind of the timelines as well as what we wanted to accomplish. So we went with this, and I think it turned out pretty good. So
along the upper of the shoe, there's a bunch of different dates and numbers. Can you just take us through what some of those dates and numbers mean?
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, you got it held up there. I can hold it up as well. But in terms of this, what we want to do is the overall, I guess, idea going into this was just creating, like I said, creating something that was commemorative, something that was, a special piece that, celebrated the season. And we didn't want to create something that was, not necessarily like something that was an everyday wear kind of thing. So we want to stay away from the more kind of clean, simple approach. We wanted to create something that was bold, that had the championship feel. So, just kind of going through the design of it, the first thing we wanted to do was we wanted to put, the words world champs across the top of the toe box there. And with this canvas material, we could put whatever kind of design we wanted to on it. So we knew that the playoff dates and the scores were huge, and that was the driving force behind kind of, the DNA of the season. We knew with the OVO Best in the World tees, they had all the dates and the scores in the back. So that was inspiration for us, and we really wanted to kind of put that across the canvas of the upper. So on here, you'll see all the different dates. There's 16 wins. We want to capture all of those, the 16 wins as well as the 16 box scores. And right across the front there, the bottom front, there's the June 13th. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but June 13th was the championship date, and as well as the box score for that game too. So.
Very cool, very cool. Were there any design elements or design ideas that you guys were considering but didn't quite make it onto the shoe?
There were a lot, to be honest, especially in the beginning rounds before we kind of settled on the silhouette of the shoe. We were exploring, a ton of different, different silhouettes, patterns, colorways, all from, having we wanted to do, or we were exploring, having like a fully gold pair of shoes. We had ideas where the entire word champions was across the shoe. We even explored kind of like a mix and match. So one would be gold, one would be white. We like gold laces, anything from the boost, different colors for the boost sole. So we really want to do our due diligence and kind of go expand as much as possible, get all the ideas, and then based off of what was available to us, we kind of narrowed it down and brought it back in. There's certain things that we couldn't quite customize, so we had to work around that. One of them was the color of the boost sole. I think like white is super clean, but just exploring the idea of either having this gold or red, and as well as the kind of the upper here, that lining, exploring different colors for that, the cage, the stripes. There were certain things that we just couldn't work around within the capacity, but so that gave us a a unique design challenge just to get all the elements we wanted, but on the actual shoe where we could.
How many revisions do you think you guys went through before you finalized on this?
A lot.
Yeah.
And it's funny just before we kind of jumped on a Zoom call, I was going through all the drafts that we did, the creative exploration, and that was one of the most fun parts because it's just the world's your oyster at that point. You can just create everything you wanted. But we had things like players' numbers. We explored the ideas of lining that up. Just anything that gave it a bit more personality. And we had different logos we wanted to put. We even thought about putting like the series, like 4-3, 4-2, all of that on the inside as well. So I think it's who knows? Maybe if we win it again this year, the second edition we'll throw that in there.
How long would you say you were given to complete this project?
Start to finish, I would say I think it stretched maybe 3 months because we had a little bit of a delay in the middle because we initially wanted to launch this for the start of the season, just because I think at that time the Adidas Speed Factory they had another order that was in place, so they kind of pushed our manufacturing date back a bit. So all in all, I would say it was about 3 months, and then we ultimately launched in, I think it was November is when it finally launched. So
there's a video that was released online of your shoe being presented to Kyle Lowry.
Oh, that was
and it was his first time seeing it, and the video just really captured his reaction. How did that make you feel, both professionally as someone who worked on this and personally as someone who's just a fan of basketball?
It was cool, man. It was really cool. I think Yeah, that in that video, it's what I think one of the lines he says was like, he was looking at the shoe and he's like, "Oh, this is dope," you know. I wonder who thought of this, or something like that along the lines. And when I first saw that, that was kind of, you know, that was ultimately, I think, is what you want when you're creating not only like a design product, like you said. So from a professional standpoint, just seeing that this product was a success, you know, it reached its demographic. You know, people's reaction was exactly what we wanted to be. But from a personal standpoint, you know, as a kid who's loved the Raptors since Skydome days, and you know, just being along for this ride, you know, just seeing that whole championship, going through all the emotions of that, being able to put it on a shoe, and then having one of the players themselves, you know, Kyle Lowry of all players, you know, look at this, you know, kind of give his nod of approval, and just seeing how much he loved this and had fun with it. It was surreal. It was really cool. And as you can see, the shoe that I have, I still have the tag on this because I don't think I don't know, man. I do want to wear this eventually, but I think it's going to be like a super special day to bring this out.
So obviously you're a big basketball fan, but for someone who knows you personally, you're a big sneaker guy as well. Did you ever think that your path would lead to designing basically your own sneaker? And what does this mean for you going forward?
To be honest, it's just never in my wildest dreams would I think about, you know, not only just designing like a name brand sneaker, but like the sneaker to celebrate the Raptors championship. And I think that to me means more. But I think just the brand of the Raptors is something that holds, you know, near and dear to my heart. So this is, yeah, never in my wildest dreams, to be honest. And that's why I'm grateful for the opportunity. We had a great team at MLSE, you know, the studio, everybody kind of pitched in. And I really feel like this is kind of like a you know, not only a department win for us, but it's like an MLSE win for us. And you know, the best part was that there's only 613 of these produced for June 13th, the championship date, and then just seeing the public's reaction too. Like everybody wanted these. Like we had to go through a raffle. You know, it's cool. It's cool. And I think that what's special is that everybody that owns a pair of these, or was able to kind of get their hands on one, is like, most people that I know, they haven't worn it yet either, just because of the sentiment that they have. And it's cool to be able to be connected to something like that. And I think I'll definitely cherish this. So.
As we ended off, I know you do artwork on the side as well. Where can some of our viewers go to find some of the things that you work on?
Yeah, I also do a bunch of digital art on the side, digital art and illustrations. You can find it all on Instagram at hoodie_Ben, so HOODIE_BEN. And for me, it's just, you know, an area that I keep trying to, you know, use my creative skills to push the boundaries, and just keep developing myself creatively and artistically.
Thank you again for creating something so remarkable.
Appreciate you having me on, and cheers.
All right, take care.